Welcome back to another episode of Unscripted, the go-to podcast for those flipping the script and taking the unexpected path. I'm your host, Jessica Bergio, holistic life and business coach, author, speaker, and self-proclaimed high-energy hype girl. Each week, I'm bringing you inside. No gatekeeping here. I'll touch on proven holistic business strategies, powerful mindset shifts that have led my clients through massive transformations, and no BS conversation with industry leaders designed to help you get out of your own way to actively pursue a life of purpose. If you're ready to ditch the limitations at the door, hit follow and get ready to be activated to step boldly towards your big goals. Now let's dive in. I have a fun episode for you. I've been kind of researching and having this conversation over and over again with potential new entrepreneurs and people who are either leaving corporate or pivoting from something that they maybe wouldn't have fully considered entrepreneurship and moving into this space. And I wanted to break down a few of the habits I feel like entrepreneurs have. And I think when we go over a few of these, you're going to be like, I already do those, but I could probably be doing some of them better. When I share these common themes that I think all entrepreneurship owners have, or people who are entrepreneurs who consider themselves one, it's these key things that I feel like are the biggest needle movers and are a requirement, if you will, for entrepreneurship. And I love that this podcast is a mix of both entertainment, value, education, entrepreneurship, stories of inspiration. And I hope that today's podcast episode gives you some perspective on some things that you could be working on or deep diving into even more as you grow your business. So the first thing foremost, right, I have this podcast. This helps me create some sense of network. So networking is key for anybody who's trying to grow in the entrepreneurship world. A lot of people want to say it's lonely over here behind your mic or your computer. And it very well can be when you're building a business, but you don't have to let it be. Networking has become my most favorite thing. And it wasn't necessarily something I saw that I did when I owned my brick and mortar space years ago, but I did. I networked with people in the chair. Every client that came in, I wanted to learn about them, learn from them. And inadvertently, I became an expert in so many fields because I got to learn from my clients. When I moved into the online space, networking looked more like going to events, joining masterminds, putting myself in rooms that maybe I felt like I wasn't qualified to be in yet. So networking is like the key piece. If you take nothing else away from this episode, it's literally the power of networking can create literally your net worth. I've talked about this time and time again. Chris Harder, one of my longtime mentors, talks about this in detail. It's why he hosts his dinner series. It's why he always has events that he invites people to. It's why we have our retreat. It is why I am curating more of a community online so we can all come together and network with one another. I have that. I'm going to leak out at the end of this podcast, so hang in for that one. The second one that I see all entrepreneurs work on and work really well doing is problem solving. You have to have a certain level of love for problem solving, because what does a business do? It solves a problem. If you are a business, even if you're your own personal brand of a business, you solve some sort of a problem. Back in the day, I solved hair problems. Now I solve online business problems with a slight side of life. I think a lot of times our life problems get in the way of our business problems. And I think a lot of the things coincide, which is why I love calling myself a holistic life and business strategist, because problem solving is the thing that can help us get clarity to create and take action. Third thing, you have to be someone who is proactive. You cannot be a passive entrepreneur. There are passive businesses you can create as an entrepreneur, but you cannot not be the front and center person of your brand or your business. You have to proactively be in your business with the vision and either delegating out the tasks to be implemented by other people or doing a lot of it yourself, especially in the early stages. But in order to grow and in order to become a 6-figure, 7-figure entrepreneur, whether it's education or learning from somebody, you have to proactively be figuring out, what does the current climate need from me? What do my clients need from me? What is the next iteration of the things I could be doing? You have to be very proactive. You cannot wait for things to come to you. That is more of an employee mindset. Wait to be told what to do. So if you don't love being proactive, if you don't love looking for the problems that need to be solved, entrepreneurship might not be your jam. Fourth thing that you need to have as an entrepreneur is persistence. Persistence to not quit. Persistence to keep going when you have a silent launch. Persistence to keep recording podcast episodes when nobody's tuning in yet. Persistence to keep writing that blog post even though no one's reading it yet. Persistence comes in the form of practicing and getting your reps in. A lot of people want to skip that stage. They want to be like, I'm a brand new entrepreneur, but I want to make 7 figures next week. Where's the framework? Where's the strategy coach? Right? It doesn't work like that. I wish it does. It doesn't. And persistence really helps create that character and that resilience that you need in order to have the actual business that means something to you, right? Okay, the fifth thing is courage. I truly believe that courage is something that is built. I don't think we come out of the womb with courage. Courage to me is confidence. Courage was putting myself in a mastermind that I had no idea what I was going to get from that investment. Courage was starting a podcast with no real clear vision on what the hell I was going to do with it or where I was going to drive traffic. I just knew that I really wanted to do it and I was sick of getting in my own way. Courage looked like launching my own mastermind, even though I knew there was other people who probably had better ones out there than me. I was never going to have my reps put in if I didn't start creating these things. You see where I'm going with this story? So the courage to show up and be brave in your life and to say, hey, raise your hand. I need to learn that. Hey, I want to work with you. Hey, I want to do what you're doing. Can you mentor me? Hey, I really want to have a successful podcast one day, but I think the first thing I need to do is order the microphone or I need to hit record. The courage to start to put yourself out there and not quit when things feel weird and sticky and out of alignment or not authentic is the superpower that will get you where I know you truly want to be. So courage is so important. And then the sixth one that I really think is super important is commitment. You have to be so committed that on the days where the motivation is long gone, you know your why. You are so committed to your vision, your mission, your values, the people you're serving and helping, how it's showing up and helping you in your own life. That commitment piece will build the consistency from the courage it took you to start in the first place. And along the way, if you're proactive and persistent, you'll be able to solve any problems that come your way because you're going to keep networking. You're going to keep putting yourself in rooms where you're learning from other people and you have an opportunity to ask questions and say, how'd you do that? Hey, can you show me the way? Hey, can you introduce me to that person? Hey, would you be interested in being my business partner? Hey, would you like to invest in my company? These 6 things on repeat will help you grow and scale your life and business in ways you've never thought possible. First one was networking. Second one was being a lover of problem solving. Third one was being proactive in your life and your business, not waiting for things to happen to you, but taking action to make things happen. Number 4 was persistence, to keep going on those days where you want to say, fuck it all. Number 5 was having the courage to start all these things in the first place and to keep going even when you're not quite sure what the hell you're doing. And number 6, commitment to all of it. Commitment to your bigger vision, commitment to knowing that even what you had before, if it was okay and good, there was a reason why you wanted out of it. The commitment to grow and scale or provide for your family. The commitment to really grow yourself as a human, because at the end of the day, that growth is what feeds you, what feels so fucking good. And I really hope that these gave you an idea. And where in these 6 can you really double down? Can you do more networking? Can you find more problems to solve so you can charge more? Or you can create a better leg of business that you already have? How can you be more proactive in your life and your business? How can you be more persistent? How can you find that courage to go for it? And how can you build a deeper level of commitment to your big vision, dreams, and goals? If these are things you love diving into, then you've got to get inside the next round of Unscripted, the Mastermind, because we are going to go ham on all of these and we're going to create some action plans to help you really show up big and finish this 2024 year out strong, because I know that's exactly what you want. It's never too late to get into a room. It's never too late to commit to your goals and dreams. It's never too late to show up in these arenas and really start playing full out. I see you, I honor you, and I can't wait to potentially work with you and spend some time getting this shit knocked out so you can start to really feel like the badass business owner you are. I'll see you on the next episode of Unscripted.